When News 4 Investigates goes after a waste of your tax dollars, we don't take no for an answer. 5 months ago, we first started asking the feds to hand over the records on an ObamaCare processing facility in Wentzville where workers claim they were paid to sit around and do nothing. Now, after hounding the feds for months, we have the records, and it looks like a bad deal for taxpayers.
We played Pictionary on it was a very large dry erase board. We played 20 words.
The claims were startling. In May, employees that worked at Serco's Wentzville facility blew the whistle on an expensive problem. They were hired to process paper applications for the Affordable Care Act, but told us there was virtually no work to do, and the problem was well known to Serco managers, employees, and subcontractors.
Our supervisor, I can't speak for the other ones, but ours said if we process 1 or 2 of these applications a month, then we've done our job.
The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid awarded Serco the billion-dollar contract. In September of 2013, Serco's program director told a congressional committee just how busy Serco expected to be.
We are prepared to manage estimated 6.2 million paper applications, representing about 30% of the total applications projected to be received between October 1st and March 31st.
So we submitted a Freedom of Information request to see how many applications were processed by Serco during that time period. Months later, we finally have our answer. Remember, Lau anticipated 6.2 million. According to CMS records, just over 271,000 applications were actually processed, less than 5% of the total anticipated. By then, Serco was paying workers with your dime in Kentucky, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and here in Missouri to handle the workload. After our story broke, employees told us they were asked to work overtime despite having little to do. So what do the supervisors tell you about the workload?
Well, they say work is coming.
That was in June, but information provided by CMS reveals applications fell dramatically leading into the summer. Through the end of May, slightly more than 3,100 applications were processed as employees at multiple facilities were being asked to work overtime. According to the contract with CMS, overtime is allowed, but not expected. None of this should have been a surprise to government officials. According to the contract, Serco was required to provide application numbers monthly. Serco fired back in May, saying between October and April, they processed more than 1 million documents. Catherine Hessenberg submitted some of those documents.
I've actually sent them a copy of my payroll check and a copy of my husband's pension check. That's all the income I have yearly.
Recently widowed, Hessenberg needed insurance. After submitting all the necessary paperwork through Serco, she was told to submit it again and again.
The marketplace needs you to send these documents in within 30 days or you will be dropped. I've sent them in 3 times now.
We brought the problem to the attention of CMS. A short time later, Hessenberg's problem was resolved. Lawmakers made a lot of promises about getting to the bottom of this, but now that we have firm numbers about how little work was actually accomplished on your dime, we're going to be following up with those lawmakers. Chris Nagus,